200th AFL game? Is that a chance to reflect over the career and the milestone that means something to you?
Yeah, obviously it's a great milestone to get. I guess it's something that I'm going to look back on after I finish playing. I think more so than this week, because we've got a game this week against GWS that we need to go out and win.
How much does, I guess, sort of the situation that the club is in, the team is in, sort of surpass any personal things that are going on, the fact that the club really needs a win, really needs a performance?
Yeah, well, obviously that's the first thing we want to do. Sort of the milestone stuff you look at, as I said before, after you finish footy. When I hang them up, I'll look at it more. But look, as you said, we need to go out there this week and win and play better footy than we have in the last 4 weeks.
Did the Melbourne loss hurt more because of what happened the week before and the fact that there had been so much talk during the week of bouncing back?
I think any loss is pretty bad. No matter if you lose by 10 goals or 6 points, it's all the same.
Now, what about the fact that you've had 3 knee reconstructions? It's, you've had a bit of a tortured path to get there, haven't you?
Yeah, it's been pretty tough, mate. It's obviously after I did my third back in 2011, I didn't think I'd make it to 150, let alone 200. So, yeah, I've been pretty blessed the last 4 or 5 years with no injuries. So, I've had a good run. And obviously it makes it a bit more special to be able to reach that milestone and having the 3 recos.
Getting back to the game, of course, you've been in pretty good nick this year. You're one of the few though, but the reality is that you lose some pretty good cattle and it's sort of stuck with it. But people seem to forget that the injuries you've got it's hurting the way you perform on the field, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, losing blokes, losing key players that it does hurt your structure in your team and the way sort of individuals play. So, but we caught this last year. We had a lot of injuries last year, probably more than what we've had this year. So, we know how to deal with it. We've got to deal with it a lot better than what we have the last 4 weeks. And we're going to go out this week and play the way we want to play and hopefully be real contested footy, a brand of footy, and do well against GWS.
Talk about copying it. Obviously, you've heard what's happened with Lee Matthews. You got an initial response to straight away?
Briefly, I heard from Sean just before. Obviously, I've seen the game growth. I've seen the growth of the game in New South Wales when I first started, and also in Queensland now. Obviously, doing the academy stuff for the SUNS, and I guess just the growth in general has been big over the last couple of years, and obviously Tony Cochran will be in next to speak to you more about that.
You mentioned that you've been out there in the academy. You're putting your heart and soul into that, and like some of the kids you're seeing, how do you reckon they're going to react when they see that you shouldn't exist? It's not
I guess it's how they take it as individuals. Obviously, there's some talented kids that we've got in our academy, and hopefully we can pick a few of them up next year because there's a good bunch of boys and talented blokes. So hopefully they can come into the Suns and not worry about that.
Nick, a bit of note has been made about the persona, I guess the party boy nature on the Gold Coast as well. You played at Sydney and you also lived there as well as the Gold Coast. Do you think that's a fair cop, or is it?
No, I don't think we've got any problems here, mate. No different than any club, I don't think. I think it's just a perception from the outside.
Also, I guess, reflecting on your son's career so far, also the Sydney Swans, a lot was made about your arrival last year as a marquee player. Had to move the family up to Queensland, had the knee problems as well, and trying to set the form. When you look back now and the form you're in at the moment, do you think it took a bit of a toll, all that moving and the injuries and that kind of stuff? Right?
Obviously there's a lot of stuff that took a toll last year, and I had a poor year, and I'll be the first one to put my hand up and say that I did. I needed to have a full pre-season this year, and I have, and it's been injury-free, which is good, and hopefully I can continue that for the rest of the season.
What about, you've obviously been down in Sydney, you've experienced the growth of GWS firsthand. What do you make of how they're travelling and sort of where they're at?
Yeah, obviously they're going really well at the moment. They've won, I think, the last 4 games, beaten some of the top teams, and obviously had a good win over Freo up at Domain, first time they've won up there. So, they're going really well at the moment, and it's going to be a big challenge for us this weekend.